There is a certain game in the Grand Theft Auto (GTA) series that holds a unique and special place in the hearts of many. This game is widely regarded as one of the most beloved and cherished games of our generation. The reason for this can be attributed to the seamless combination of all the right elements that came together so perfectly. From the unforgettable and nostalgic era that it was set in, to the amazing music that accompanied the gameplay, the trendy fashion style that defined it, the incredible variety of available vehicles, and of course the unusual and intriguing missions that kept players on the edge of their seats. All of these factors came together to create the amazing experience that we all know and love, GTA Vice City. The 80s Miami era was an iconic time marked by the rampant use of angel dust, where beautiful women in vibrant bikinis sashayed along the sun-kissed streets and sports cars roared past, leaving a trail of dust in their wake. And let's not forget about the infectious charm of disco music that dominated the era. Interestingly, the development of the wildly popular game, GTA Vice City, took only about a year. Following the groundbreaking success of GTA 3, GTA Vice City elevated the game series to new heights by introducing new melee weapons, motorbikes, and helicopters. However, the game's most significant improvement was in its storyline, which became much more engaging, immersive, and enthralling. The storyline of the game draws heavy inspiration from the iconic Scarface and Miami Vice vibe. The plot follows the journey of a character named Tommy Vercetti, who has just been released from a 15-year prison sentence. His freedom is short-lived, as he is tasked by his boss, Sonny Forelli, to set up a drug operation in the southern region. However, things turn complicated during a crucial drug deal when Tommy, along with his crooked lawyer Ken Rosenberg and Lance Vance, are ambushed. Tragically, Lance loses his brother in the attack. As a result, Tommy is deemed inadequate and must now pay back all the money owed to his boss. This kickstarts Tommy's adventure in Vice City, where he meets numerous individuals, establishes important connections, buys out various businesses, and ultimately becomes a prominent figure in the city. Another notable improvement in GTA Vice City is the voiceover of the main protagonist, which has given us a connection with the character on another level. The game's lead character, Tommy Vercetti, is voiced by Ray Liotta, who delivers a phenomenal performance, bringing the character's personality to life. The game's combat system has also been improved compared to GTA 3. Players can now enjoy a smoother and more intuitive combat system that makes it easier to fight enemies and complete missions. The game also features a range of weapons and vehicles that players can use to their advantage. The sequel to the popular game Grand Theft Auto 3 proved to be even more successful than its predecessor, selling over 20 million copies to date. Critics praised the game for its superior graphics, compelling storytelling, and improved gameplay mechanics. However, no GTA game is complete without some level of controversy, and Vice City was no exception. Many special interest groups found the game to be controversial for various reasons. The game was even pre-modified, as was GTA 3 before, for the Australian market due to its controversial nature. One of the main controversies surrounding the game was the alleged portrayal of Haitians as thugs, thieves, and drug leaders. This depiction was deemed racist and prejudiced by Haitian Americans for Human Rights, leading to a lawsuit against Rockstar Games and Take-Two Entertainment. Several other lawsuits were also filed against the game's creators, blaming them for all the negative things that happened in the world. Despite its controversial aspects, GTA Vice City remains a beloved and highly regarded game within the GTA series. It has garnered a dedicated fan base over the years who appreciate its unique setting, engaging storyline, and immersive gameplay experience. Despite some negative attention, the game's success and popularity speak for themselves, cementing its status as one of the most iconic and memorable entries in the series. Gaming enthusiasts often make bold claims about certain games, calling them the best of all time. However, such claims are often exaggerated, and the hype surrounding these titles is usually overblown. Nevertheless, there is one game that always seems to come up in these conversations: Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. And to be honest, this game deserves every bit of praise it receives. The game was released in October 2004 for PlayStation and Windows, then for Xbox in June 2005. The story follows the character of Carl Johnson, also known as CJ, who returns to his hometown of Los Santos after spending several years on the East Coast. However, CJ's homecoming is marred by tragedy when he learns that his mother has been murdered in a drive-by shooting. Shortly after his arrival in Los Santos, CJ is accosted by corrupt police officers who threaten to frame him for a crime unless he agrees to do their bidding. With no other choice, CJ reluctantly becomes their errand boy. The police then dump CJ in the middle of a rival gang's territory, and the game begins with CJ trying to make his way to safety while avoiding hostile gang members. As the game progresses, CJ reconnects with his old friends and learns that his gang, the Grove Street family, has lost much of its power. The Grove Street turf has been taken over by a rival gang, the Ballas, and CJ decides to stay and help his gang rebuild its reputation while seeking revenge for his mother's murder. While the early missions of the game focus heavily on the Grove Street storyline, as players progress through the game and meet new characters, a vast array of options become available. Players can engage in a variety of activities, from racing cars to flying planes, and explore the game's vast open world, which is based on the state of California in the year 1992. If you are a fan of the other GTA games, you will feel right at home with San Andreas. The game features the same basic concept and controls as earlier titles, but with some new and impressive changes that make it stand out from the games that came before it. For starters, San Andreas incorporates several elements that add a new layer of depth to the game. Players need to manage their character's stats, such as their fat meter, which can change depending on their actions. If you don't eat, you will starve and die, but eating too much can lower your character's sex appeal. To balance this out, players must engage in physical activity to increase their strength and stamina. There are also other skills that you can work on, such as mastery of different weapons and hand-to-hand combat. But wait, that's not all. San Andreas also features a dating minigame that adds a new romantic element to the game. As the game's story unfolds, CJ will meet several female characters that he can form a relationship with. By maxing out the relationship meter with a particular girlfriend, players can unlock specific perks that make the game easier, such as free medical care. Each girlfriend also unlocks a special outfit and vehicle, adding a whole new level of customization. So, whether you're exploring the vast open world, managing your character's stats, or romancing your way to in-game perks, San Andreas has something for everyone. GTA San Andreas takes players on a journey through different areas, each with its own culture and cast of colorful characters. The music found in the game adds to the experience and fits the activities in the game so well that it is an essential part of the experience. The radio stations feature a variety of music genres, each with a unique DJ and zany commercials. San Andreas is a game that has truly stood the test of time. With each entry of the GTA series, the developers have added and improved on the one that came before it. This game is no exception to that trend. The world of San Andreas is massive, allowing players to explore and engage in a multitude of activities, from illegal street racing and gang turf wars to managing side hustles. The classic side quests are also available, including taxi, ambulance, and vigilante missions. The game is a work of art. The storyline is fantastic, and the attention to detail is impressive. It is so much fun to drive around, listen to the radio, and explore every part of the game world. The game provides a lot of content for players to enjoy, and there is no shortage of things to do. Overall, GTA San Andreas is one of the greatest games of all time. It has earned its reputation for being a stellar title, and it is a blast to play. The game has achieved remarkable success in all aspects, with sales increasing up to 28 million copies to date. It has received widespread appreciation and admiration from a diverse audience. However, as with any popular product, it has also faced its fair share of controversies and lawsuits, particularly related to allegations of racial stereotypes and misogyny. Before the main title, which is known as GTA 4, several other games were released as prequels to the main stories of GTA 3 and GTA Vice City. One of these prequels was Grand Theft Auto Advance, which was made specifically for the Game Boy Advance console. This game served as a precursor to GTA 3 and introduced players to characters and events that would later be featured in the main title. Another prequel was Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories, which was initially released for the PlayStation Portable (PSP) in 2005. This game was later ported to the PlayStation 2 as well. Liberty City Stories is set 3 years before the events of GTA 3 and follows the story of Tony Cipriani, a mobster who is trying to rise through the ranks of the Leone crime family. Finally, there's Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories, which was also made for the PSP and later ported to the PlayStation 2. This game is set 2 years before the events of GTA Vice City and tells the story of Victor Vance, a soldier who is discharged from the army and turns to a life of crime in Vice City. Overall, these prequels provide players with additional context and backstory to the world of GTA and offer an opportunity to explore the franchise's rich history. Grand Theft Auto 4 is a legend and a myth in all iterations. The game was released in 2008. Despite its popularity, the game is often considered the black sheep of the GTA family. It is sometimes misunderstood, underappreciated, and overlooked. One reason for this is that GTA 4 took a different approach than previous games in the series. Rather than focusing solely on the over-the-top action and humor that the franchise is known for, GTA 4 tried to be more realistic and serious. This attempt at realism made it a challenging game to accept for some players. However, it remains a GTA game, and thus, fans continue to play it enthusiastically. The game's tone has undergone a significant shift. It seems to have become more somber and gloomy, with a much grayer and serious undertone. The color combinations used in the game also appear to have changed, as though the developers were experimenting with something new. The storyline is mature and sophisticated, with complex motives that require a great deal of responsibility. Even the stakes of the game have become much higher. With no room for over-the-top craziness like in previous versions, it seems as if the narrative has shifted, urging players to grow up and abandon their childish ways. The development of Grand Theft Auto 4 began right after the release of its predecessor, GTA San Andreas. With the bar set high due to the immense success of previous games in the franchise, over 1,000 talented individuals were brought together to work on the game. However, the pressure and stress of living up to the expectations of the fans and the company were overwhelming for the developers. They had to put in long hours of overtime to meet the demanding schedule. Extensive research was conducted to create an authentic and immersive experience for the players. The development team made trips to New York to capture over 100,000 photographs of the city and its surroundings. They also delved deep into research on the architectural plans of the city, sales figures of car models, detailed books on the city's infrastructure, sewer system, and garbage disposal. The amount of detail and effort put into the development of the game was truly impressive and amazing to say the least, which eventually brought the production cost to $100 million, making it one of the most expensive games at the time. The game has brought some impressive improvements to the gameplay. One of the most exciting new features is the introduction of a cover system, allowing players to move between covers effortlessly. This new system also allows players to aim at enemies blindly, even when they're behind cover, switching between aims and giving players more options for taking down their opponents. Additionally, players can target specific body parts of their enemies during a shootout, adding a new level of strategy to the game. The melee combat system has also undergone significant improvements, with players now able to perform various moves such as dodging counterattacks, blocking incoming attacks, and even disarming their opponents. These movements have made the melee combat system more engaging and realistic than ever before. Finally, the physics of the game has been improved significantly, making the gameplay experience more immersive and realistic. The updated physics engine has made movements and interactions between objects and characters in the game more natural, adding another layer of depth to the gameplay. In GTA 4, players will notice a significant change in tone. Unlike previous versions, there are no hidden guns to find, and vigilante missions have been replaced with more assassination-like challenges. However, players can now have random encounters that offer side missions to enhance their overall gaming experience. Unlike previous versions, completing side contests in GTA 4 does not offer any perks. Instead, players get to have human interactions, hangouts, and other activities with characters close to them. To make the most of the game and receive rewards, players must spend time with their in-game friends and engage in activities that interest them. The game in question features a protagonist named Niko Bellic. He is a war veteran who received an invitation from his cousin to come to the United States in order to chase the American dream. However, upon arrival, Niko is let down to discover that his cousin Roman had misled him about his lifestyle and exaggerated a lot of details. Despite this, Niko feels he has no other choice but to try and improve his own lifestyle and financial freedom. This game is set in Liberty City, a fictional version of New York City, where Nico's journey to find success and fulfillment in his new home takes place. The game boasts a powerful feature in its eerie and gray environment, which is meticulously designed to reflect the underlying tone of the game. The physics of the game further adds to its realistic appeal and makes it stand out. The game offers a variety of missions that are not that repetitive, which keeps the player engaged and interested. The characters in the game are deeply nuanced, with intricate backgrounds and unique personalities that add depth to the storyline. The shooting mechanics have been improved, making it more realistic and challenging. Players cannot simply jump into the game and shoot their way to victory. They must develop a strategic approach and consider all possible scenarios. The enemy AI has also been upgraded, making it more intelligent and challenging to overcome. Additionally, the explosion physics and falling physics have been improved, making the game more visually stunning and immersive. The question of whether GTA 4 is good, great, or so-so is not an easy one to answer. To fully understand its impact on the franchise, it is essential to recognize that GTA 4 was a necessary experiment. While it leaned towards realism more than its predecessors, this was a strategic move to explore the future direction of the franchise. And let's not forget about two great DLCs, which were incredible additions to GTA 4. Those are, of course, Lost and Damned and The Ballad of Gay Tony. There is also GTA Chinatown Wars, which was made specifically for handheld console Nintendo DS, which takes place in scaled-down rendition of GTA 4's Liberty City. Despite some casual fans feeling indifferent or confused about the game, it cannot be labeled as a failure. In fact, the game received worldwide recognition and was both financially and critically successful, boasting an impressive 25 million copies sold. Numerous outlets even named it as the Game of the Year, further demonstrating its widespread acclaim. Of course, as a true GTA game, several lawsuits were filed against it, which is a testament to the game's ability to push boundaries and challenge societal norms. Overall, GTA 4's impact on the gaming industry and the franchise itself cannot be denied, making it a game worth experiencing.